Hello again. This is part 2 of the Myers-Briggs Personality Questionnaire. If you didn't catch the first one, it's on my page. It was interrupted by a person, and INFPs like to do their private things in private. So, should start. Oh, I thought I wasn't recording. Okay, so. What got me interested in Myers-Briggs was where I left off, and it helped me understand my family and everything around me more. So I was talking about ESTP, my father, how I learned how to interact with the ESTP more. They're much more light. They like taking things lightly, especially life. So, you joke around with them more and don't take anything serious. Like, act like ENFP for INFPs. So, we'll move on to the next question. Number 5, how has it impacted your life? Well, that was kind of answered in the last question. It's impacted my life in a way where so the INFP is constantly thinking about things in their head while living, especially social things. And when they're in social situations, they're thinking about how it's very stressful sometimes. But it gives us a light, gives us knowledge that most people don't have or don't want to think about. It's definitely improved my life. I would say, knowing this knowledge and how can I put this to use in my life? You can't really, if it really was awesome in my life, I'd be discussing it and using it at work, and I'd be using it every day. But since it's all in my head, I kind of want to let it out at times. So that's what I'm doing with this video. INFPs, I've studied that we're quiet, and then we have to let someone know about what we're thinking, kind of using extroverted intuition, is hinting at what we want to talk about. So let's move on to the next question. Show an object, book, possession, whatever you like to the camera. Well, I have my guitar in there. I don't know. Do I really need to do that? But INFPs, we do have objects that are meaningful to us, or at least objects that have had good stories we like to talk about. Like, I used to have this 83 Chevy pickup, which has some good memories. I used to hotbox it with my friends, smoking blunts and stuff like that, and listening to reggae music. And everyone listens to rap nowadays, so I think showing them reggae music was a good thing for me. So I would say my truck for some reason, and I think I could think of many other things, but dropped a quarter. Okay, so next question. The greatest misconceptions about my life. Misconceptions about my life. About what I thought was misconcepted, or what other people think misconcepted of me. Misconceptions, I would say that, at first, before, I kind of lived in the imaginary world. I think, kind of tried to only look at the positives and thinking that, being energetic and funny around social people in social situations was healthy. And then I realized that I couldn't do that all the time. depression, so I kind of got miserable. I went through a major depression, but now I have, I respect my own psyche, and I know how to use it. Now let's talk about misconceptions of what other people think of the INFP. Many misconceptions. Many things. It goes all over the board. We hit misconceptions all the time. I have the misconceptions of people when they first meet me, especially at acting school, because I'm doing what I love, of being kind of cocky and being a ladies' man, but I'm not a ladies' man. I mean, the INFP is the idealistic romantic, so I guess I am. But people misinterpret you of being an extrovert, or it's because I'm doing what I love, so I have more energy to do that. But if they saw me in like working at Publix or working at a grocery store or learning math, I think they would have a different conception of what. Some people think I'm quiet, so I don't know. Other misconceptions would be, what my motives are, and usually people are totally off. I remember this ENFP girl gave me a book in this bookstore, and she said, "Read this." And I looked at it, and it was a Stanislavski about the basics of acting or whatever. And I was reading it. I read it, and while my friends were over there, and my ENFJ friend said my ENFJ friend said to the ENFP girl who gave me the book that, hey, maybe he's reading it because you showed him it, like kind of like I'm gonna read this to please her, as the sense. But that's like an extroverted feeling misconception. I just read the book because it's acting and I have to do it, and I love acting, so it had nothing to do with her. Like really, like that's I would say a big misconception. Alright, next question is number 8, and it says, what are the limitations you experience as my own type? I do have limitations, unfortunately, and I wish I could, but you have to respect those limitations. I've come to realize limitations as you can't always be the talkative type. I need my own space. Limitations as in energy, I would say, mostly has to do with energy. How life is constantly changing and everything's new, so like stuff like that. How we get in our own moods, how we can't really control when we're processing emotions. But other than that, I think if we pursue what we love and we get successful at it, I don't think there's limitations. We're always looking ahead, so once we achieve something, we don't really live the experience, I don't think. We do for like a short second and then it's gone, anything that we don't have would be limitations. So what is my ultimate dream endeavor? My ultimate dream would be I've been thinking about it, and I really want to be a teacher. I want to teach people. I want to teach, young adults. I want to teach people acting and stuff like that. I think that's one of the greatest endeavors I want to do. But at the moment, I'm going for acting for myself to get to that level where I can teach it. So, we'll see what happens. If I become a great, famous actor, being an actor is a big endeavor or dream for me. And working as an actor, I think that's beautiful to do art, to do your art every day, and just make enough money to support yourself. I think that's beautiful. I think I would be happy just to be happy. I think finding happiness, there's a lot of different things that lead up to your new ultimate goal as an INFP. So you discover it along the way, and that would be at first, probably like when I was young, making people laugh, being nice to people, and once I got that far, being happy with myself, and then once I'm happy with myself, do acting, and then after that, who knows? So there's a wheel that the INFP has. I don't know if it's related to introverted intuition, how it's like a gradual, like a whole like thing coming together, but it is for an INFP. We have different ideas though at the same time. I don't fucking know. Anyway, but hopefully I explained the gist of it right there. Besides the last sentence, I don't know what I was talking about, but okay. My question of choice. So what should I ask myself? Let's see. So how does the INFP deal with life? We deal with life somehow, just going about it every day, doing it, living at your own standards, keep on being that unique person, I think is what drives the INFP, and those little things that keep you going that people say, I would say, because INFPs love when you praise them. So, but it has to be honest praise, and they have to believe it at the same time. So it has to be true. So we're just looking for true moments in life the whole time, and living for those moments. And if we can keep on doing it and just have more and more happy things to think about from the past, because we use introverted sensing, which is relating past experiences to now. And speaking of introverted sensing, when I was in class today, I had deja vu for the first time in a long time, and I started remembering all these dreams, like a bunch of different dreams that I've had. It was crazy. It's awesome. It was really cool. So yeah, and I think that's something that ISFP, the artist, would really like to hear, is those kind of moments. Because I relate with my sister, who is an ISFP, a lot. We have introverted feelings, so where we are in the world, our place in the world is similar. So okay, that's about it. I've answered all the questions. Hopefully I get some views on this, and if you're watching right now and you have some questions, then please type them to me. I'm happy to answer. If you're an INFP or you're any other type that wants to relate to other people, then by all means let me know, because I'm happy to share my knowledge and contribute, I would say. Alright, have a good one. Alright, now I have to stop and then click like this.